The following video shows a middle-aged African-American man giving a tour of his family homestead.
This is section 27721 of Graham County, Kansas. This is the first land that my ancestors owned.
Text reads, Gil Alexander, third-generation homestead farmer in Nicodemus, Kansas.
African Americans who were former slaves took the opportunity to migrate west and settle in this little all-black town and help to establish it as a place they could experience real freedom.
Text reads, African Americans, single women, and immigrants gained free land by homesteading.
My dad was actually born here on this piece of ground. I think he was actually born in a soddy. In fact, I know he was, because I remember him talking about as a little boy laying in the bed and seeing the snakes, the bull snakes in the summertime would come up to get cool in the roof of the sod house. So it had to be quite an experience. If that cottonwood tree could talk, I bet it has some stories to tell.
Text reads, Gil's great-grandfather was born a slave in 1846.
His mother was a Cherokee Indian, his dad a slave. Blacks didn't have it easy in the early 1900s.
And if they could endure the hardships and the travesties of slavery, they surely could establish themselves on their own land.
This is the home place. This is where we got our start, was here in this section.
Text reads, the Homestead Act was colorblind. Anyone could own land.
We kind of joke around that Nicodemus was founded by the ones too poor to go back. Because many of them did. They just said, this is, we're out of here. And the ones who could afford it got on the train and went back to Kentucky, and the ones that couldn't stayed and toughed it out in Nicodemus. As I'm sitting there in my air-conditioned cab listening to satellite radio, I'm thinking about the hardship and what it must have been to do what I'm doing with mules. To be able to go into schools and different organizations and talk about that, especially inner city kids who don't realize that the blacks played a big part in settling of the West. The first rodeos were black cowboys. Right here in front of us there's some stone and concrete here. That was part of the old original house. All this rich history that was there, I didn't discover it until I was an adult. Sometimes I just hop on and come over here in the evenings and just ride and sit and look. It's pretty peaceful and it's beautiful to me.
Clearly, the greatest measure of success is whether families were on the land 1, 2, 3 generations after their ancestors who'd come and homesteaded.
I'm very aware of the work and the blood and the sweat and the tears and the worrying and the heartache that went into trying to keep what I have today. That's one reason it's so important for me to try to hang on to it.
Credits play.
So much has gone into keeping this. This is what I do. This is home.
Hey. Click here to watch full-length videos. For more homestead stories, visit Homestead National Monument of America.